There we go.
Why look like you was ordering that? Opening
Yeah, what is going
airplane
on
bottle
here,
of
Jordan?
alcohol. Hey, anybody that drink airplane bottles of alcohol is a straight alcoholics. Word to Ozark.
I
If
couldn't
you
tell
have,
if that was mustard packet or
It was
alcohol or like
and she
it
bit the
was.
top off. I imagine her biting the top off to some Seagrams.
I don't have ew.
First of people
Yeah.
still drink bumpy face. I didn't
Hey,
even know that was still a thing.
the people who do bite the tops off
You know what? That's a fact.
with that
That
plastic.
is a fact.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another week of Room for Discussion.
Period.
The gang is all here. Look at
Yeah,
it.
it feels like kind of weird to have everybody now.
Oh,
Even
what's up?
even mom and dad. But yeah, the gang is all here. It's been a minute since you had us. I need to apologize because last week I was supposed to announce like the winners of the Kanye stuff, like where that ranked. Totally lost track of that during the show.
Oh yeah, because that like lasted like all week or something, right?
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, we did our Kanye Icon show, and at the end, we had the viewers vote on best albums and best song. Well, rank all of his albums and then vote on best songs. And so I'm pulling up the results right now. During that time, that's when Isaiah tried to aggressively slander "I Wonder," like that song wasn't straight fire. But
It's definitely it's a hot song, but like hot and fire are different than me. You've been to Taco Bell, man. It's like two different things.
so his albums ranked best to worst. Number 10 was Ye. Number 9 was Jesus. 8 was Jesus is King. Tied for 6 was Donda and Life of Pablo, which I think I said in my post before that Life of Pablo was going to be 7. Then top 5 was 808s and Heartbreaks. 4 was Heartbreak, singular. 4 is College Dropout. 3 was Late Registration. 2 was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And number 1 was Graduation.
So I think Life of Pablo is underrated. After that show, I spent some time listening to it, man. He did a really good job on everything on that album, man. Like, he did a good job with Life of Pablo.
It still wasn't
underrated.
Top 5. I think it's good. I think it's
better than Heartbreak to me.
Heartbreak is better than Heartbreak. Heartbreak is so important. So it's different.
No, you jumping right into this Kendrick Lamar conversation, huh? Talking about what's important.
I believe Life of Pablo. I would say Life of Pablo is better than 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah, that's what Isaiah said. I think it's an easy. Yeah, it's fair. I think 808s and Heartbreaks gets credit for the sound it created and the genre of people that followed and the careers that set this whole new sound forward. Yeah, if I'm picking one to listen to right now, probably Pablo. That's fine.
How about to say you want to talk about what's good sonically since you out here putting words in the universe?
It's straight sonically. It really is. He can't sing, but the songs are like melodies and it go like we'll get into the fact that a lot of Kendrick Lamar song is like, hey, forget the melody. I got a whole lot of words to say. I'm about to get him in right now. I'll catch the beat.
Eminem-ish.
Yeah, or I think more Talib to me. He reminds me of Talib, but better, a better version.
Hold up. I think he reminds me of Talib. I don't know that I would say better. I think with the pen they are similar though. We're not even in this conversation yet, but I do.
You don't think Kendrick? You don't think Kendrick is better than Talib Kweli?
With the pen?
Yeah.
I think it's a tough fight. I don't think he ain't no easy win, bro.
I'm supposed to be. Go ahead.
Kendrick is more digestible than
Kendrick is
Kweli.
a better. I think his artistry.
Yeah, exactly.
Using all our big words. I think his artistry is better than Talib Kweli's. But I don't know if with the pen he's better. I think they might be neck and neck with the pen. And that's saying a lot because Talib has dropped his best and Kendrick's best might still be coming, right? And so he could pass him. But I think currently, I couldn't say he's better than Talib Kweli.
Bro, so I gotta now I'm gonna have to pull this up. I should have did my research. one, I'm supposed to be like the anti Kendrick person here, but his pen, bro, he's got a song. I'm gonna pull it up. Don't worry, y'all can keep talking. I'm gonna find the song and I'm gonna be like, I can't imagine anybody else even writing this like when it got dissected later. So
Yeah, I'm
we'll
like,
keep
what
moving
song are we
forward.
talking about?
I'm
I
about
have
to
to
say he
pull it
got a
up.
lot of songs like this, but Talib
It
put
was
out
the one
two.
when he was talking about numbers the whole time. It's like 87. Golly, I'll pull it up anyways.
Sounds deep.
Yeah.
I want to hear what Liv got to say about this before we jump into this Talib Kweli joint. I mean, sorry, Kendrick Lamar stuff. I do want to talk a little bit about all of the babies and the littles and the youngs getting indicted these days. Like,
Man,
dog,
Oh
Yeah,
my
man,
yes.
God.
Let's
and
hear it.
dog. It's like trap
how did
music took
I'm
a turn. Like these mugs didn't like. Ti is now doing comedy. You know what I mean? You got to take the next stage in your development. These boys trying to go to prison, fam.
Yeah, they
What's
was trying
going
to
on?
go the full distance of them lyrics.
Rico charges though, like they out here trying to be the real mafia and then getting caught and putting all of the evidence in a song.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it'll
What's up
be
with your people,
interesting.
Liv? Tell me about your new trap people.
That is not pushing P.
Yeah, that ain't. I just feel like, I mean, whatever. They've been building a case since 2014. Ain't really too much to say about that. Like, as long as they leave Future out of it, I really don't care. Like, just that's really it. Like, they were wilding though. Like, they were wilding. I didn't read all of the documents or whatever, but it was people who did like summaries, and I'm like, yep, they were indeed wilding, and Young Thug was in charge of it all. So there's the case. That's really it.
Put it like this: if you can come up with a verdict right now on this show, they definitely about to go down
Yeah, like guilty.
with real evidence. If you can come up with it now, this is about to be tough. I've been watching it from a distance. I don't even listen to all of the music well enough to like follow it and know. But geez, man, like come on, bro. Don't go down like this.
They went out.
Yeah,
It was crazy. I just don't understand. Like, and they've been doing it for years. Like, just pure menace to society. Like,
Just I'ma kill you. I'm gonna kill your family. I'm gonna write a song about it. And this thing that I was saying, I wasn't playing. This really happened. Like, I thought this was all like for show, or at least like you did it and then you wrote a story that was similar, but not the same thing. But like, come on, bro.
right.
So
Yeah.
not a game. These aren't.
Clown activity. They need better lawyers.
I hear a bunch of folks though saying like, "Hey man, like rap music shouldn't be able to be used in court," and there's like this larger conversation about that. And I mean, there may be some truth to that and how fair it is or not, but we got to like own up to the fact that we go way out of our way to make rap as authentic as possible, right? It's like you can't talk about something you didn't do. You can't let somebody else write something you didn't live. You can't do like everything in rap has to be like so matching you. And then at the end, it's like, oh, but like I should be able to talk whatever I want. Like that's not really real. I'm like, why do we
Bro,
go?
ain't this don't this take us back to the Luke Scott, like the Uncle Luke stuff? Like this whole idea of freedom of speech, this protection, like all of that stuff is part of it, but now we have
Man,
it.
you
We
can't.
have to take care of it.
You can't go into a crowd of people and scream fire. That's illegal. Like freedom of speech is a part of our constitution, but it definitely has parameters. Like there's things that you can and can't do. And also, it's not you're free to say anything with no consequences. Like if you say I killed 6 people, it's not against the law for somebody to say, well, what have you been doing for the past 6 months? Like that's like what?
You are
Like
Liv, you're 100% correct. I was only brought up Luke and that because he wanted to be able to say head, and more head
no,
and talk
yeah.
about sex
I
publicly,
do think
which
it's
is
setting
different. You're 100% correct on what you said.
I do
Yeah.
definitely probably setting a
The
bad
scary part is that we do live in this time where all the rappers like feel like you gotta live like your lyrics, but it's the scariest time with them. It's scary because with them using like these lyrics, like there's a lot of rappers who aren't living what they're rapping about either. So they getting in trouble because they saying stuff that they're not even actually doing. or could get in trouble because
And
they
now these
saying
mugs
stuff.
out here get in trouble for what they are doing. And
Yeah, I
so,
mean facts, facts, no facts, 100%. But yeah, man, it's just it's a very weird time because everybody want to be like the realist.
so, but you know what's interesting though, and obviously I don't know how much money Young Thug makes, and I don't know how much money he's making from rap, and how much he's making from stuff he does outside of rap. Like I don't know his endorsements, I don't know drug life, I don't know none of that. But what I do know is that there are young brothers that are watching that, and they're modeling those behaviors. And so when they see, okay, this is the risk that I got to take. Like he got money. Now, might he
Yeah,
go to prison? But I might go to prison anyway. Like that's a chance. As a black man in America, I might go to prison. But he's a multimillionaire, and the chances that I might not do it the way he did it, and I might get away with it, but I could also do all of this other stuff he did and get away with it. Like that's a risk that people are calculating daily. Like I can kill somebody, I might rob somebody. I'm gonna start rapping. I'm gonna get good at it. I'm not gonna be as dumb as him. I'm not gonna put it in a rap. But they still modeling some of those bad behaviors. Like,
yeah,
how do we get people? I know this show isn't about us trying to get people off of that path, but I mean that's what's in my head. It's like they're still role models, whether they want to be or not, right? A lot of everybody, basketball players, rappers, always say, "I'm not a role model. Don't consider me a role model," but you are, right? And so, how do you model the right behaviors, or at least a pathway? Like that's why I lean towards some of these older rappers. Letting them get mad at me, right? But I'm leaning toward these folks like 444 spoke to me in ways that other rap didn't because of where Jay-Z is at this point in his career and where I am and what I'm wanting to digest as a consumer of rap at this moment. So I don't know. This ain't supposed to be the positive show. We're supposed to be killing Kendrick Lamar right now. But I want to talk about your
Well,
guys.
we're not doing that to Kendrick Lamar. What?
yeah.
First,
We not supposed to be
Brian
killing them.
came on purpose to point. First of all,
Because there's
his comment on Facebook was all about poking at people who thought Kendrick was leading toward GOAT status because of this video that dropped. We go talk about the video, but man, like, can we talk about what we talking about first, B? Let's line this up.
Yeah, so the video was first, but before we even get to that, I just wanted to close out that I found the song. It was with Pusha T. It was Nostalgia. Bro, in that song, that's when he keeps saying, like, when I was 10, back then 9, and blah, blah, blah. So he said, like, he ended up saying 3 9s and 6 10s, which add up to 87. And then the fact that the year he was born was 87. And then when he gets done with his verse, he was like, every verse is a brick because it was 36 bars. And then Pusha T's verse is 36 bars. And then when you like divide it in half, it was like zip. Like it was crazy, bro. His verse was crazy. All the stuff he did in there. Yeah, it was nuts. So yeah, went out. Yeah. His lyrics, his pen, even better than Kweli. But
yeah, you know what? It's interesting. You have you heard that one song by Vanilla Ice where like he starts out straight and then he got like who knows what these rappers went through in order to break down their verse? He just told us this one. It's probably some backdoor, back office stuff for a lot of people.
Somebody else broke it down. This dude, they got.
I'm messing with you. He's dope with the pen. I just ain't got him on Talib. I think he and Talib in the same lane right now. I just can't say out of my mouth. This is almost like saying Kobe is better than Jordan, although stats would suggest there are things that he did better. I'm never gonna say that out of my mouth.
That's fair.
It's just it can't happen right now.
You got.
I'm old like that, bro.
Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, and we got Talib, Kendrick, and Lil Baby for Baltimore.
I'm gonna say Jordan, LeBron, Kobe.
Yes, right.
In that order.
Correct.
And because I can't change.
Yeah. No. But yeah, so we starting off the show today with Kendrick. We're gonna get people's thoughts on the Heart Part 5, the video and the song that dropped. Then really wanted to hear like when was your first time listening to Kendrick? Like what's your first memories of like hearing, do you remember what song it was or whatever, or like how it got on? And then we'll jump into this. We're gonna do a draft. We're gonna do a fantasy draft, putting together a 5-song EP of Kendrick Lamar songs. The stance I had on Facebook this week was that his stuff sonically is like not as good as his stuff lyrically. Like reading it in a book is better than hearing it sometimes. So, But what's your thoughts?
Yeah.
That was my larger take that got us here. But what's your thoughts about the video?
The song video. I thought the song. So when it first dropped, I'm not gonna lie, I listened to the song first, and I was like, yeah, this is a cool like introduction song or whatever. I get it. But then I watched the video and put the visual to the song, and I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. Like it was very entertaining. Even like I mean, just zoom into the last part of the video of him turning into Nipsey was very like I think that grabbed a lot of people emotionally, and partially because like he talks from Nipsey's not only talks from Nipsey's perspective, but his mannerisms and like everything, it actually looked and felt very much so like it was Nipsey for real for a split second. So I think they did a very, very good job. And I mean, as you can see, like looking at the numbers, I think everybody else, I mean, they did a very good job with just everything, a rollout of it.
I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I mean, it was good. It was great. Don't get me wrong, but it was very Kendrick. Like, it's what Kendrick does. It was very Kendrick. So when I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, it's great, but like, that's what he does. So like, you know, that's really all I have to say about it, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely very Kendrick. So it was like it wasn't like oh I didn't expect this from him.
Yeah.
Because that's what like he does. Like he's gonna bring something different every single time. Like, and one thing I can appreciate about him when he does drop, he makes the industry and the people come to him. He never conforms to whatever is going on.
Yeah.
So I'll say, no surprise here. I thought the video was kind of gimmicky, and then later, now look, his part with Nipsey is dope, right? And like the fact that he's singing from his perspective and talking about his killer and all that, like that's dope. The video overall kind of gimmicky. Then I saw a post that he stole the idea. He did it way better than the person he stole it from.
Yeah, like who cares? Like no idea is original these days. Like
bro, he stole the idea and did it way better. So like, let's not even confuse the two. Whatever. Like the person who did it originally, their deep fakes wasn't as good, and it didn't line up with the lyrics the same way. Like they were just doing people to be doing them. But that being said, I thought it was kind of gimmicky, like in the sense of, ooh, everybody's gonna be talking about this or whatever because people are like, man, quick reaction. But like, do I want to watch that? You know what it reminded me of? And y'all not like this comparison is not gonna make any sense. It reminded me of like the D'Angelo "How Does It Feel" video, like shock value. Watch it one time, like who watches that? Like what's there to watch?
I'm not a woman, but a lot of women repeatedly watch that video.
Really?
I heard people talk about it, just like I hear people talk about this video, but like it's nothing to watch. Like once you see it once you see the faces, boom, you seen the faces. It is what it is. I'm not completely knocking it because it was taken from somewhere else. I'm saying in general, like the video is just him switching some faces with some deep fake technology. Like, cool. I'd rather watch the Diddy victory video or something. Like,
I mean, you want explosions and shit like that going on. Okay. But I'm just saying for what it was, the simplistic of it, like it was very entertaining. A lot of artists can't do something that simple and it still be like that engaging or entertaining to hold your attention for like a whole video to be like, oh shit, like let me see what's gonna happen next. And there's really nothing happening but faces and stuff like that changing. So I put respect on it because of that. Like when we live in an era of it's just like you get the girls, you get cars, you get jewelry, like, and that's the video. Like we gotta put some respect on it. It's art.
No, it is, and I mean, I'm being a little harsh. I mean what I say or whatever. Like, I do think it was kind of trying to get attention that way. But we in 2022 and we sitting here talking about a video. Like, when the last time you talked about a music video? Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
I'm giving props or whatever. I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
I don't care about music videos at all. Everybody, people sent it to me. You had to see it, whatever. But I feel like it's like a one-time thing. Like, by a week from now, once you've seen the video, it's just like check. Like, listen to the stuff and do whatever. So, but no, it was smart.
Yeah, but I feel like it was a good introduction to the rollout. This is the Heart Part 5, and it's gonna be interesting to see because all the Heart songs aren't on the albums, I don't think. So I don't even know if this song will even make it to the actual album. I mean, we'll see, but I don't know.
I think it's funny that he morphed into Will Smith. Like, wow.
Yeah, I thought it was very relevant for the time. For sure.
I mean, yeah, it's probably relevant, but I still just thought it was funny to see. Like, this man, it's just crazy how popular that is. That, like, Kendrick Lamar morphed into this man. I'm so sorry.
You think it was Brandon, you think it was intentional that he morphed into OJ when he did the Jay-Z line?
I don't know. I didn't even think about that, but you could be on to something.
Yeah, so as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that was intentional. Like, that on some meta stuff or whatever, and all that stuff. Because the line was the what I look like when I'm in a Rover or whatever.
Yeah, hey, we about 4 hours away from the album dropping, actually. So super excited.
Speaking of being excited, Zeke, you about to chime in about the video?
No, I'm trying to switch over to my camera so I can say this. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm ready. I got a thought. It's probably controversial. We'll see.
Go ahead, because eventually we're gonna transition over into first intros to Kendrick when people first heard him and all that. So, you got any last thoughts on the album or the rollout? Yeah, that's what's on my.
So I'll say this. So trying to get my StreamYard on my laptop, but I don't agree with you completely, Brian, which is what I said on Facebook. Like, it's worth exploring. I think it was a little gimmicky. I think it was. Y'all remember when what's my man Freaky Dicky? What's that dude name?
Freaky Zeke? You talking about Diplomat?
Yeah.
The dude that did a song with Chris Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
I'm like Freaky Dicky.
Him and hey, bro.
This is a family show.
So like they wrote for each other. They kind of talked in each other's roles. It was like, okay, this is taking ghostwriting to another level, right? You're writing in somebody else's voice, they delivering, like, it's gimmicky, right? So when he did this, the song was all right, to your point, B. When I heard it, I was like, all right, this is Kendrick with the pen again, right? But then when I saw the video, and I watched the video a day after listening to the song, so like decent time period between, I was like, man, Kendrick is proving that he can be a dope ghostwriter for some people that write and for people that don't write. Like, you can't hear me?
What?
Can you hear me now? Did I become a robot?
No, you good.
Oh, so yeah, I'm like, Kendrick could be a dope ghostwriter for people who rap and, quite frankly, Jussie Smollett and OJ, like, for people who don't rap. But he's a dope ghostwriter. And that means that he knows people's voices. He understands their mannerisms. He understands what they might say if they were flowing. It's like, okay. But then he can also take it back and flow for them, which is solid too. So he's a great artist. That doesn't make his pen better than other people's pen. Other people just haven't done this shit. So I was like, okay, does this tip take him to Mount Rushmore all of a sudden, or is he just consistent in who he is? And I think he's just consistent in who he is. I don't think it kind of takes him up a notch. A lot of people are like, okay, this album takes him up. I actually think the Heart Part 4 was better than Heart Part 5. That's the controversial piece. I think lyrically, the way he bounced from beat to beat in the Heart Part 4, the way he mastered every beat and his cadence kind of matched it. I mean, he was crazy on the Heart Part 4. That might be my favorite Kendrick song, better than All Right. I like the Heart Part 4. And so when I heard the Heart Part 5, I was expecting more than a gimmick. And I felt like I got a gimmick. I got a dope ass ghostwriter who rapped the verses that he ghost wrote for.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even have an argument there. I mean, that's definitely solid. I get it. I get exactly what you're saying, and I think Kendrick. I like the fact that you said what you say. Kendrick is just good at being Kendrick. Like I feel like Kendrick has done such a good job at just carving out his own lane. And Bruce Wayne, I meant to address this, but so the picture they teased 2 discs. I don't know, people saying that it could be a double disc. We'll see. I kind of have a fear of a double disc though. I don't know. Because a lot of people, there aren't too many successful double discs.
All eyes on me. That's about it.
No, you can't. Don't do big like that.
Okay, Life After Death. All eyes on me. Not Blueprint 2.
Not Blueprint 2. That's why he had to do Blueprint 2.5 or whatever.
Which was what he should have gave us in the first place. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I get it.
Man, if you don't get out of here with this sweatsuit, is he talking about sweatsuit? Bruce Wayne?
Oh my God! Yeah,
that can't be.
You know what? And for a second, we consider having him as a guest. What the?
Yeah, I mean, and this is a very good point because in the streaming era, right? It's really like, how do you do a double disc in streaming? Like, it's really just a one album that's like 1 through 30 or whatever. Like, it's really not a double disc.
I will say, you know it though. Like Donda was a double disc. I was like, this is too long. Like I can't make it through it. That's how I felt. But it you know the difference when somebody puts out something that you just can't sit down and listen in the sitting. Because what happens in the streaming era is you never make it through. Like when you had a cassette, you could come back to it. When you had your CD, you knew what track you stopped at. In the streaming era, you don't end up making it through. Y'all remember when Chris Brown came out with that thing with like 46 songs?
Oh my God. I don't even know if I still haven't made it through that.
No one made it through that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he said, put Kareem up, when he said define gimmick, as far as gimmick, I mean, the most interesting thing about the video of the song is that he was changing faces, right? Like when you heard the song, you was like, it's cool, it's straight. Like I like this song. Everybody was talking about it because he did the changing faces in the thing or whatever, like more than you were talking about kind of the song. And so that's what I mean by gimmick. Like, look, if I change these faces, which is great for a rollout, especially if it's not on the album.
So I think just straight, like not even trying to dance around it. I think doing something beyond just straight being you. And I think part of this question of gimmicky is a question of if that's part of who he is, and only time will tell if that is just who he is. Like he's a person who does a gimmick first. If he does it consistently, then it's like, okay, that's just who he is. This felt like he was trying to attract attention by doing something so different that it kind of drew people to him for business purposes, which for me was a gimmick. Now, I tell you, if over time we find out that's just who he is, the first song, the single is always going to be this kind of thing that draws attention and then it's back to the normal, then maybe it's not a gimmick. Maybe that's just his level of creativity. Right now, it feels like he was trying to attract attention with a thing.
Hey, Bruce Wayne made a good point. This definitely feels like, remember when he did the Will Smith song? When Jordan Lucas did the Will Smith thing and his face forever and all that stuff, whatever. That's
Jordan Lucas got flow, but I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go too far. He has flow. See, everybody, the littles and the babies and the youngs, y'all don't like Jordan Lucas. It's cool though.
Bruce Wayne, 3 posts on why you don't like Jordan Lucas, but we're gonna keep it.
And by the way, Brian, your boy, what's Harlow? Jack Harlow, is that his name?
Yeah.
You were right. He's solid. That's not this conversation.
Did y'all see the video of him not knowing who Brandy is?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't know Brandy and Ray J.
He didn't know they were siblings.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should have watched the whole video.
Yeah, they were trying to get them to guess, and it was like the brother was in a famous sex tape, and he was like, Ray J got a sister? Like, who is Ray J's sister? And they were playing Brandy music at the time. So
I don't know. He still don't get a pass because how you can't even recognize Brandy?
Yeah, but see, I don't know, man. With Jack Harlow, I don't know. I thought this album was kind of mid.
It was. It definitely.
no. So the thing, Jack Harlow has found a formula.
Treehouse, man. We finally agree. There we go.
Jack Harlow found a formula. This is, I think, his first album. Well, his last album, because he had a thing that came out in like 2019. His last album was like this. It did well. It was structured well. He had the what's popping and stuff went around it. He stuck with this. I think he just kind of refined stuff. He didn't do nothing where it was like, oh, like you about to really make some.
Y'all see how his numbers, like projection numbers, kept declining. So they originally projected him to do 200,000. Then they dropped it to one something, and then it dropped all the way down to like 114 or something. Yeah. Because that's because I'm a credit go out on a limb and say that's from replay value. Like I feel like you get that initial like rush of people that's gonna go listen, and then a bunch of people stop listening, like because there wasn't as much replay value.
Look, off of Facebook, Bruce Wayne, Ashley wants you to know that she rocks with Joyner, so she ready to scrap over Joyner.
Hey, I'll say this. So I got a question for what's your boy name? With the name that we can't never say. I never say it right.
Treehouse.
Yeah. No, but seriously, like, what does super mid mean? The super mid means like he's better than mid, like he's a really good mid, or super mid like definitely mid, like
definitely mid.
Yeah, I think it's like definitely. Yeah,
definitely. It's kind of nice, man. I like the flow. I like the. He's not overreaching. It's not gimmicky, right? I can appreciate the art. It doesn't feel like he's trying to be anybody but him. I don't know. I can rock with it.
But you know what I will say, when we were talking about artistry during the conversation leading up to this, I said there's flow, there's your lyrical content, there's your creativity, your personality or charisma, and then your ear for beats. Jack has an ear for beats, or Drama does. Whoever you want to DJ Drama, he never comes on subpar sounding stuff. Like,
I don't know, man. A lot of that stuff was mid. I'm not gonna lie. Even from the beat selection, like, it was mid.
First class was whatever, but you ain't like the. I mean, look, I will value your opinion higher than mine in this space. I'm surprised you're saying this. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, like it just didn't. I don't know. Like it just did not live up to the hype. Like I just expected a little bit more. I mean, the song with Drake is cool. I like the one song that he used the tweet sample. I thought that was very clever to use that sample. But I mean, he got some stuff on there, but it's just very mid. Hey, Bruce Wayne, we are not racist on this show.
By the way, I also want to say that I support what Treehouse just said because I think it supports me, but I actually don't know.
No, that's not even the people who are listening.
Facts. Exactly, Liv. Go ahead.
These music, so I want to say thank you, bro, but I can't even say it because I don't know.
Jack Harlow's fans are not checking for Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny's fans are not checking for Jack Harlow.
No. Yeah, I agree.
Bro, I appreciate you giving me a try, bro.
Bad Bunny almost made it in our the Bad Bunny that almost made in the Mount Rushmore of Latin hip hop. Is that Bad Bunny?
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
So I think Kareem said that Jack Harlow was a plant. I disagree with that. You know who was a plant? Who was mentioned in the chat already? Baby Keem. Baby Keem is a plant related to Kendrick Lamar in this conversation here. No one is checking for Baby Keem at that level. Like,
how did
he's literally all the way at the top of the rap game. No one even is checking for, like, what? How did that happen? Jack Harlow being in White Man Can't Jump, probably more just off of
Treehouse. Do you listen to Bad Bunny? That's what I'm gathering from your comments, because like I don't listen to who is listening to Bad Bunny. Like, not people that
everybody says my music taste sucks, and I don't even listen to Bad Bunny. I've never listened to Bad. I don't even know who Bad Bunny is.
Like a Latino artist. Like he makes like pop music.
You wouldn't have skipped out on this last week.
Jack Harlow is like the Wayne Brady of like rap or so. Like, what are you saying?
That's what they saying.
I don't
That's
like
what they saying.
Jack.
Oh, Jordan, you weren't here. They said, who did they say was the Mary J. Blige of
They said J-Lo is the Latina Mary J. Blige, and everyone agreed.
I made the statement.
Except for me.
Latino
Except
Mary
for
I
J.
me.
made
Blige.
the statement.
Wow.
I wasn't there. I'm just hearing this at 35 minutes into this, and I agree.
Me and Liz is the only ones that don't agree. What are you talking about?
Me and Brian was the only
What?
one. Like, what is
Yeah,
it?
no, that's wild. I think that's wild.
Yeah, I made the statement. I feel like it's very accurate. Like J-Lo.
Oh, that's a really interesting point. I might have to rock with Kareem on this one, even though I still do like Jack Harlow. He might be the gimmick. Like he's not being gimmicky. He might be the gimmick, which is interesting because people will say that about. They said that about Eminem for a while till you just realize lyrically he was different.
I think that you guys might be mistaking gimmick with like corny. Like Jack Harlow is indeed a little bit corny, but I don't think he's gimmicky. I think that Kendrick is gimmicky because a gimmick is just what you're like, just doing stuff for attention. And Kendrick is always trying to grab.
Hey, wait a minute now.
I think Kendrick is always trying to grab people's attention. So
I don't think it's like so a gimmick to me like is like something that's like inauthentic. I don't think what Kendrick does is I think Kendrick is just being Kendrick. I don't think it's like
I don't think a gimmick.
I need some more proof. Well, I want to believe what you're saying, B Quarter. I just need some more proof.
I think you could be authentic and be gimmicky. Like I think Kanye is about gimmicks, but normally what we think about with gimmick in the strict negative sense is like Macklemore, thrift shops.
No, actually, you know what? I agree. I tend to disagree with what you just said, Brian, and I agree with the B Quarter that gimmicks are when if it's authentic, then that's just who you are. You're not doing it to draw attention. You're being you and drawing attention. I think when you're not being you and drawing attention, and I'm not sure that this thing that he just did wasn't a gimmick. I'm not sure that him writing for other people and switching faces wasn't a. I don't know that that's authentically him right now. So, but that's a personal opinion, and I could obviously be wrong.
Yeah, what's the difference between a gimmick and chasing clout?
Let's just be talking.
Everything is about attention. I think a lot of stuff that Kanye does is authentically him and is all about gimmick. Like, hey,
yeah, attention. Now that I'll give it.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about it, but I don't think it's inauthentic. I think you can be authentic in whatever, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, really? So I've been wrong before, and life goes on. But that makes me and B Quarter wrong, and I don't know a lot about music, but he does. So,
hey, a couple comments in from Facebook. Ashley says, "Aren't all artists trying to grab people's attention?" And
but that's the point that I think we're making. It's okay to grab people's attention and be authentic. It's when you're being inauthentic is when it becomes a gimmick. But that's to me.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm wrong too, by the way. I'm very wrong.
This is very true, Gary.
We're so deep down the rabbit hole. We never getting out.
First of all, it was a gimmick and a brand, and quite frankly, in my opinion, inauthentic. Like I think they did it as a gimmick and a brand. I don't think any of them mugs was really into karate like that, bro. So I'm just saying. But I think it's authentic. But I was wrong though, and I'm still wrong, Siobhan.
So is YSL a gimmick?
Why would that be a gimmick?
They're a gang.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's a gang.
I don't know.
Metro said it's a brand.
We're talking about this retail stuff right now. We're not talking about this on the air.
Metro said it's a brand. Metro Boomin said, "Look, this is a brand." Yeah. All right, so Kendrick related. I wanted to see when people before we get it. So what we're gonna do today?
Low key, the fashion person in my house would say they probably could get sued by YSL for that. They need to get trademark my brain on the job here.
Right.
Old Town Road video, definitely a gimmick. Like, oh, let me have a horse and like this hat and draw some
Well,
attention.
hold on. It was a gimmick until he fully came out, and it's like, hey, maybe it's not a gimmick. Maybe that's how he roll.
It wasn't him being gay and him being a cowboy is two different things. Like, like
Somebody in my house in Brokeback Mountain. I gotta chill. I gotta watch what I'm saying. It could definitely, I don't know. It could be a gimmick. It could not be a gimmick. I'm not sure.
so.
Wait. No, Kendrick is. I think all of that is authentically him. That's why I don't think. I mean, I definitely think that the video was a gimmick, like in a literal sense. Like it literally was just. I mean, by definition, a gimmick is just something to grab attention to get, like, publicity or whatever else. So, but I think that all of that other stuff is very him. Like he's very, I want to say conscious. Like he's very conscious and like speaks about like the Black experience, and I think that's all very him. So I don't think that it's inauthentic, but yeah.
So someone's saying we need to get Kiana McGee on the line so we can decipher the difference between a brand and a gimmick. We muddy in the waters.
Is she the answer on that though?
Huh?
Is she the answer on that?
Brand copyright, like your branding and stuff like that.
But on gimmicks.
No,
I think it's fair to put Kendrick Lamar on Drake and J. Cole level still.
Here we go.
Well, first of all, I think it's fair to put. I'm more Kendrick than J. Cole. I mean, we can argue this, but
We don't have to argue. I'm more of a J. Cole than Kendrick easy sonically. Thank you, Brian, for the word.
Yeah. So
What does that
I
even
mean, why? I mean, first of all, not even putting him over them, why wouldn't he be on the same level? When this album dropped and we see the numbers, why wouldn't he be on the same level or above in arguably?
I think lyrically and like substantively, Kendrick is far above J. Cole or Drake. But I mean, I'm not gonna compare their album sales or anything like that, but like lyrically and like the actual contents of their music, if we're going song for song, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, or song for song, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, I think Kendrick Lamar has that every time. But that's just me.
I think it depends on what mood you're in and what you're feeling at that time and what you want to hear. And honestly, I'm just in the mood for Drake or J. Cole more than I'm in the mood for Kendrick sonically. Like,
what is sonically?
Brian made the word up and it's solid.
I didn't make that word up.
He didn't make the word up, but he used it, and I hadn't used it before.
How the music sounds to you, like, so the way the adjectives you would describe is like enjoying or pleasing.
Hey,
like,
let me
delightful,
this.
like,
First of all, yeah, Treehouse, man. I don't think Drake drops fire albums year after year after year. Drake makes a lot of good songs, but I mean, like, great albums are that's a different topic. I feel like he don't make a lot of great albums to me. He makes a lot of great songs, but not a lot of great albums. And I mean, no, it's not easier to take off 5 years because a lot of people take off 5 years, they're gonna be irrelevant when they come back. So I don't think it's easy to take off 5 years. You have to be a special type of artist to be able to take off 5 years. So I don't think it's easier.
I mean, I think it just depends, right? If you're an artist like Kendrick is and you interested in like creating your craft and like doing a specific thing, you take more time and you come up with what you want. If you are interested in like,
man, what is going on here?
What's that?
I was looking at
something about do you want a cupcake? I don't even know what the subject is anymore.
Nice. We've made it into getting
spam. We getting spam.
We made it in.
Like, what song is this?
What is EDP doing? Got it. All right. Anyways, we just gonna ignore that. But we're not gonna.
I like this conversation though about J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. I do put them in a bucket together. I just have the ranking different than other people, right? But I do put them in a bucket together because everybody has their own style, their own thing that they like. So if I got to choose from some artists, that's the group of artists that I'm probably wanting to choose from.
Yeah, I think of that group, J. Cole is the most well-rounded to me. That can do a little bit of everything. Kendrick has the highest lyrical content. J. Cole's lyrical content is straight. Drake makes better songs. Just like if I wanted to make a song, I think J. Cole does a little bit of. J. Cole can hang with both of them on everything and like every way around it. So that being said, J. Cole probably gets the nod at the end because he can do a little bit of everything, but he don't really peak
Man,
out.
I tell you, I always had Cole like his potential higher than anybody's. I saw him in Flint. I can't even remember how many years ago this was. In the Rutherford ramp, he freestyled for like 20 minutes, bro. He different. Like, he different. Like, he's got a different skill set. Pen or no pen, he's got a different skill set than a lot of artists. And so it's like listening to him or listening to, like, if you've heard Common freestyle, like, some people just got it. And it's a skill set and it sets them apart from other people.
For sure. No other rappers have a Pulitzer, or however you say it.
Pulitzer.
I don't even know how to say it, but
Pulitzer.
Kendrick got one.
Hey, and
Because he's ill with the pen.
This is very true.
Shay just said that was gimmicky.
The chat feeling me for once. You don't see this much Brian support, so let's hold it up.
This is a Brian hate club.
it normally is. So I'm feeling, but like as far as a Pulitzer,
man, the serial stabber was on the loose.
That is very true too, Gary. You were so at least I'm not alone. I remember like he shut it down.
No, I will say as far as the Pulitzer stuff, I think that's reflective of Kendrick in the sense of like,
is that Zeke or like seek and you shall find? Oh,
Zeke. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, after Siobhan tried to shut me down, I ain't getting no love in this chat. You got to put my stuff on here too.
like let it know. All right, so look, as we getting ready for this draft, we're about an hour in to our shows that we're trying to cut down to an hour.
Hey, Brian, the recipe, just to be clear, first song I heard, the recipe, and I was like, man, he nice. And I was like, he gonna be nice. Like, when I heard the song, I was like, he's nice, he gonna be nice. And I feel like I heard it like, I didn't hear it like the album dropped. I heard it like somebody introduced it as this new cat. And I don't know which one of these, it was like a DJ or something. And I was like, all right, they introduced another dude. And I was like, man, this dude gonna be straight. But then obviously he actually became straight. Like, it's a lot of people you say go be straight, then they follow up is terrible. And you're like, oh, it fell off. I don't remember. It was like K-Slay or I don't know. Somebody dropped it and it was like dope. It was the recipe.
Yeah. I think my intro to Kendrick was Section 80. Probably ADHD was like my first, like probably ADHD is what I'll credit as like one of the first like Kendrick songs and videos I've seen. I do remember seeing the video. Then I seen Kendrick live like 3 shows at South by Southwest. I seen him live on the BT Music Matters like tour when they was doing that. Like, so this is very, very early on in his career. And I saw him and I was like, man, he's going to like, because even his live performance is crazy. His live performance is dope.
Hey B, did he make the what is it? Not rookie list. I can't remember what you call it.
Double XL freshman.
Did he make the freshman list with Connor like around the same time?
Treehouse knows every double XL freshman list, so we'll let him.
He was in a group close to that. I know they were in the same time period.
He was on 2011.
So John Connors.
Whichever one J. Cole was on is like the greatest one. I think that was around that time.
His was before Connor. Thanks, Tree.
So look, I'll say I do a great job of figuring out like, hey, one of these 2 people about to blow, and I always pick the wrong one. a sports analogy is, I said this was like 7 years ago, or whenever, I can't remember how many years ago. I was like, either Karl Anthony Towns or Giannis is about to be the man. Karl Anthony Towns is who I picked, and then Giannis blew up. And I was like, so I do this all the time. So in 2010, I was like, yo, either Dom Kennedy or this dude named Kendrick or this dude named K-Dot is about to blow up. Dom Kennedy is the one. Like, he makes great.
First of all, let's be clear. We're not having the conversation about Dom Kennedy, but he's underrated.
Yes.
Bar none.
He's definitely underrated, but there's not a day that I would have chose him over Kendrick.
You would have. This is 2010. I'm saying this was 2010, and I listened to a lot of Dom Kennedy. He came out from the West Side with Love too. Then I heard, man, I just was about to say it. She Needs Me remix that was off of Overly Dedicated. I'm like, who is this? Like,
Hey man,
this dude. Dom
Kennedy might be my favorite underrated rapper. Maybe of all time. Maybe of all time.
I wasn't expecting that one. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just like he legit to me.
I saw Dom Kennedy in Ann Arbor at the Blind Pig. It was super dope. So that being said, Section 80 came out like right after I heard the She Needs Me, and I listened to that like on a cart, like I was riding somewhere. I'm like, what is this? So Zeke, for comparison, Section 80 to me feels like Reasonable Doubt. So I don't know, like when
Section
you hear
80
it,
is
or
that
you hear
like
it?
that hooked me in like 100%. Like I still play Section 80 just like regularly. I'll let Section 80 ride.
I don't even play Kendrick regularly, let alone playing some of his old stuff. But
no, Section 80 is really.
And Section 80, yeah, it's like
it's
you
different.
need to listen to that like today. Like that's not one of them like old sounding like where you can be like, okay, like this would have been cool in 2010. No, it's still cool today.
And Donnell's posting there. That's J. Cole's, in my opinion, J. Cole's best produced song ever. High Power is the last song on Section 80.
High
J.
Power
Cole
was
produced
dope.
it. Ooh, I heard that, and that was the song where I was like, oh, he dope. Like, so High Power for me is always the one where the moment where I'm like, the way you feel about the recipe. So I felt about High Power. And so then when Good Kid, Mad City came out, I think I was flying to Vegas, and so I listened to the whole thing.
This is why you're wrong.
What I do this time? What did I do? Help me. Can I have this 1 minute, Brian, to find out what I did? What I do?
Go ahead, Siobhan. Get three back-to-back posts on why Zeke is
what I did wrong. This is probably the wrong invite, actually.
Liv, first thing you heard from Kendrick, what was it?
The first song I heard from Kendrick, I think, might have been Swimming Pools.
Okay, that's solid. Some Good Kid, Mad City.
It might have been what?
Swimming Pools.
Yeah, but you know what? The recipe was actually the first single on Good Kid, Mad City, right? I think.
I don't think it was the first. It was in that rollout. It was
because I know Good Kid, Mad City was actually one of my favorite, my first Kendrick albums, and so it might have been the same. Because I know the second song I heard was actually Swimming Pools, and I was like, oh, he's actually solid. It ain't like it wasn't just a one hit deal. This is actually dope.
I feel like the recipe wasn't really supposed to be on there though, right? Because don't the story end? And then
the recipe was like to use the rest of her post. By the way, I got it. I said that out loud. I did. That's enough.
You don't need your other two posts, Siobhan. You win.
Hey, apparently Facebook comments going in too, but I cannot see them.
Yeah, I'm watching them off your thing or whatever. And I'm right now. It's mostly Ashley and Marcel. I told them to come over to YouTube.
But you know, it's interesting though, man. I will tell you, I have lots of respect for Kendrick. He just is not what I want to hear as much as the other stuff. It's like if I got a choice, I'm not choosing his stuff, but that doesn't change my respect for his artistry, for his pen, for none of that. It's just if I got to choose between him and J. Cole and I got a 45-minute drive, man, I can hear All Right because it's a solid song. It's an anthem, but I don't want to hear that album.
You want to hear Section 80 though? I think you should check it out. At some
I'll check it out.
If you got,
I just got to check it out with this as the context. You know what I mean? This conversation.
But yeah, I feel that way. Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City. I can't really listen through anything after that. And part of it is when people switch it up. Like so, when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I was like, what is it, bro? You know that meme with that dude taking the headphones off? That was me. As soon as it came up, I was like, what is this? Like, what is he doing?
I forgot. Yeah, Donnell was there. A couple of times we seen, a couple of times seen Kendrick at South by Southwest. Like he put on a crazy like show. Even then, like his show was amazing.
Marcel,
You know what? That is actually what's dope about him. One, I've not seen anything but good reviews about his shows. And then two, he raps about the West Coast. He raps about Cali. But his voice, his beats, it doesn't sound like an LA record, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't give me this is the LA vibe, which I think allows him to kind of infiltrate different people's palettes, which is dope.
hey, on Facebook, Zeke, you got some support from Marcel. He agreed with you on your last long post. I don't know exactly the moment, but he needs you to know that.
He said he agreed with you. Now I wasn't listening, but he did agree with you.
And there's some support for Damn, the album Damn, which after Tabimba Butterfly, I was like, I'm out, man. Like here's what I thought. I thought the same reason him getting the Pulitzer. I was like, you have a bigger purpose here than just making music I like, which is fine, but just recognize that you're not necessarily making music I like anymore. Like you accomplishing your higher goal with your platform, which is great. That's cool.
Bro, that's like a grown man saying, do you, boo? It ain't for me. It's for you. I want you to know I don't like it, but do you?
Ashley said, good kid, Mad City got her through living out her car.
Whoa, that's some serious stuff.
Yeah.
That's some memories right there. Good music will do that to you.
J. Cole not doing that for nobody.
Oh, yeah, bro. Friday Night Lights?
Oh,
You never heard Friday Night Lights, the mixtape.
you clearly, Forest Hills Drive is definitely about, like, come on, like, we're not having this conversation because we ain't got enough time.
Right, he got a whole song, Cold World. Like, he's talking about, like, how hard it is out there or whatever. And, like, you see, bro, yes.
That's how I feel.
Bro, he didn't have no money, moved to New York, didn't know nobody, left the small city. Baby, you gotta,
And then
don't do this. Don't do this.
got big-headed and corny. I don't like J. Cole as a person. So his music.
What'd he do to
I
you?
don't know him as a person, so
Yeah, what did J. Cole do?
He's corny.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna go into my whole J. Cole spiel right now, but he did the whole black people need to save their money. We spend our money on chains and cars, then went and bought a Lambo. Like, it's just like, and then it's just like, what are you doing for the people? You're acting like you're so woke, conscious, activist, this, and then actually.
he did a whole festival for the people. I'm joking. Let me stop.
Hey, Liv, Ashley in the chat said, dang, you know Cole? Like,
Hey, listen.
that's how we all felt.
I'm going off of what he presents to us. I don't know him behind closed doors, but I can go on what he's presented to us, and I don't like that. I feel like Kendrick is very authentic in his music and in what he presents to as an artist, as a person.
First of all, you said it with your own mouth. He just did Will Smith's face, and you said he's authentic. He just leveraged Will Smith smacking Chris Rock for this gimmicky video.
Listen, I said the video. I think the video is very Kendrick. Like, I think the video was very Kendrick. I don't think that it was anything that was outside of Kendrick's realm. I think if maybe somebody else did this, we would be like, what? Oh my gosh. But, it's just like more Kendrick. It's not like, oh, he's on to something. It's just like, this is just kind of what he does. So.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Lil Dicky version of this song to come out. It's going to be fire.
Yeah. Somebody said, can you critique any artist without a full grasp of their discography? Absolutely. Should you? Probably not. But like, who is gonna stop? Like, you seriously? I wasn't here for Prince.
I feel like it happens on every podcast.
I'm like, I wasn't here for Prince's first 3 albums, so now I can tell you what I feel about When Doves Cry. Now, mind you should get. You're not the only
At least I'm not in trouble by myself.
Hey, I'll take the heat. I ain't a J. Cole fan. J. Cole, will we ever do a J. Cole show?
Yeah, next week sound like.
Possibly.
We'll do
I'm
one.
like,
I might have to sit that one out because I really.
Hey, and J. Cole also said, hey, listen, could I decide where my money for my taxes goes? Like, listen, I'm paying a whole lot of money in taxes, but it's all going to war stuff as opposed to, like, he is thoughtful. Like, we not going to play him as being thoughtful. And as he talks about finance in the black community, he's also living into it and being thoughtful. Like, I would love to have more of this conversation because we're talking about Cole during Kendrick, but still, like,
And the
you
reason I
don't
asked,
for the conversation at all, though.
the reason I asked during the Kendrick piece about like what you first heard and when you heard it or whatever is because a lot of times that's how you get in with artists. Like I first heard Cole as a warm up and like this mixtape and he was just spitting and I was like, oh, so I just rode the wave from there. Like new stuff is coming out, I'm catching it. Sometimes when you catch after the fact or when you just miss it all around and you like catching up on it, it don't hit the same. You like whatever. I don't want to hear these dated mixtapes. So like some of Cole's best wave was when he was really trying to come up or whatever. Like so that was a different time.
Bro, when he said mad brains dump you like the Wiz, I was like, hey, it's my dude. Like after that, I was like, okay.
But
the video was poetic in a leveraging 5 other people kind of way.
So here's what we about to do. So since Kendrick, my statement was like Kendrick songs, I don't really always want to listen to. We about to prove me right or prove me wrong. We about to take our job as we all gonna be our own A&R, not an A&R. Who puts the album together? The A&R doesn't put the album together. Recorder, who puts the album together? Who selects your songs?
I mean, typically it's probably a combination of people. The A&R being one of the main people. I mean, the artists themselves, and yeah. So it's probably a collaboration, but yeah, A&R. I mean, you had it right.
All right. So that's what we about to do. We're about to put together a 5. Each of us gonna put our own 5-song EP together of Kendrick. So for this EP, it needs to flow. Each person. So what we're gonna do, if you saw the previous ones, we're gonna do a fantasy draft. We're gonna go snake style. Each person gets to pick the songs they want. Let's try to get some balance in here. You want potentially at least one song that like is a B-side or not as popular or whatever. A song that you gotta identify when you get done with your 5. What's gonna be your lead single or lead, song out of there, and then the rest is just whatever kind of speaks to you and why you put it together.
Hey, question, Brian. Just you said B-sides. You didn't say features. If it's a feature where he's on there with one other person, it's the other person's song, but I just love his verse on it. Can I have that one?
Yep.
Yeah, say less.
If Kendrick's on the song, he can be on it. We did not pick an order though, and how we're doing that now. All right.
Is correct. Let Liv and Jay pick first, because guess what? They're probably not gonna choose our songs.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. We'll just go oldest to youngest, and then Isaiah, you get the snake. You get the 2 picks at the end.
I'll take that. All right, will already be gone by the time I get up, so it's cool.
So it's gonna go Liv, Jordan, Brandon, me, Isaiah.
Okay.
All right. So we're each picking a song for a collective playlist.
No, you are creating a 5-song.
My own. So, but I was like, I didn't know how this was going.
So, but we just each saying a song, right?
No.
We're all picking 5 songs.
Yeah, so if somebody picks a song, you don't got it now or whatever. So yeah, you doing your 5.
Yeah, so we're doing 5 rounds.
Okay. 5 Kendrick songs.
You don't know 5 Kendrick songs? Abdullah Oblongata is coming for you in the comments. Just know.
All right. Well, my song that has to be on is "Sing About Me."
Is what?
Man, I need to high five you through the screen.
What a pick!
Because I did not expect that one.
Classic. I didn't expect it because I think it would have lasted to the 3rd round. You just skipped.
Wow. That's
because it had to be on my list. You
Wait, what did you say?
Nobody would have stole that in the first 3 rounds. I'm trying to figure out your strategy.
No, you just said you go first because I'm not going to pick your song, right?
So you picked his song?
No, you didn't. I just thought it would have lasted longer. That's all.
Sing About Me.
I did think it was going to last till longer. You probably did pick my song, but whatever.
You can put it up on the screen so they could people watching along can keep track.
Dying of Thirst. That's my That's my
All right, Jordan, do you know one Kendrick song?
I do. I'm gonna say "Growing Apart" with Janae Aiko. I think it was a mixtape.
Oh, okay. That's like
Oh,
an early.
wow. I know that. That's the first
Yeah,
song
that's an
on
early
Overly
one.
Dedicated. You just Googled that, but that's
I,
dope.
that was my first song, and I didn't even just say it. That's the first song I ever listened to. So
All
All
right,
right,
Brandon.
I'm gonna go with ADHD.
All right.
Y'all really overthinking this one here. I'm gonna go with All Right.
Oh,
Man,
Like,
The,
what are we
the
doing?
obvious.
I was just about to say all right without question. I was like, is this about to last to the end of the round?
Right, that's what I'm like. Y'all really overthinking.
Go swimming pools,
Oh, good one.
and I'm gonna go with something that people probably not go. It probably would last, but I'm gonna go to Heart Power 4.
wait, so does this have to be a Kendrick song, or can like he be featured on the
You
song?
know what? I'm about to be done with you.
Yes, it can be.
I just asked that question at the 5 minutes ago.
Poetic
My
Justice.
bad.
Poetic Justice.
Okay.
We about to
I'm
scrap
going
Baltimore,
with,
Jay.
I'm going with Money Trees.
Ooh.
Yeah, Money Trees.
All right, I'm going Dedication.
Dedication. Which one?
Oh, Nipsey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
all right. I'm gonna, and I do too, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm going Backseat Freestyle,
Oh crap.
and
Damn.
I'm going. I think I'm gonna go just because I really like the verse. I'm gonna go effing problems. Kendrick had a solid verse on there. I had another one, but Jordan might pick it, and she don't know that many Kendrick songs, so the surface level for her.
I'm going Doves in the Wind.
What?
SZA feat Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, hers gonna be all features.
That's Doves?
It's called Doves in the
Yeah,
Wind.
Doves in the
off
Wind.
the
It's on.
off
Yeah.
the Wakanda?
No, it's on SZA's
That's
album.
on SZA's
Okay.
album. Her freshman album. So
Well, I'm gonna just make this easy. Then I'm gonna just go. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
That's the one I was gonna pick, but I thought Jordan was gonna do that. But I guess
Glittery Bubbles has entered the chat.
Okay, stop doing it. Stop doing that stuff now. That is these walls was good. I'm gonna go High Power.
I'm gonna use the words Brian would say. Y'all missing some All the Stars?
huh?
All the Stars was a great song.
Oops.
And then hold on, I get back to back here. Hold on. King's dead? Dog. Just leaving stuff on the table right now.
Bro, you just about to have the whole soundtrack.
No. Swimming pool. Like I just got these two songs.
I'll go The Recipe.
All right, I'm going with Man, this is tough. I'm going with Glittery Bubbles with
Which one?
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
With Riri, how we can't leave Rihanna out.
We could. It's a couple songs that haven't got picked yet that I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's a lot of songs that
So,
haven't.
Jordan, on the Damn album they had. I mean, some of the stuff is in the chat. Like
Brian just took my. Brandon just took my song. All right.
Dun, 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 dun,
Wow, I'm looking through the comments. I don't even see any. What is going on in the comments? Someone say Mad City for the culture, period.
That's
It's already up there?
That's
I
your pick.
mean,
Yeah, I mean, hey.
I was talking about the more obvious ones right after that, but okay.
Final answer.
hey, Mad City is classic, but
Oh, did somebody already put? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right,
It's
all right,
what
Liv.
like drank. Polo.
It's so long for, and my stuff I know is gonna go, but I'm waiting.
I think I'm gonna go the Blacker the Berry.
ooh. Hey, Liv, I like your style today. You coming with
Oh, I too. Okay, so I'm gonna go the Blacker the Berry, and I'm gonna go DNA.
damn.
Mine is cool. I think it's better than the one I actually had written up.
No, it definitely is. What happened to Brian? Both screens left us.
Or
I didn't
something.
even get to say my choice, man.
Hold on, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm like, you got a power outage or something? What's happening?
They cutting his
Oh,
consumers
here
off
we
at
go.
Those that a squirrel chew through the line. Oh, right.
All right.
Dang, Mask Off remix.
What did I miss?
We was
You
just talking
missed
about
Liv's choices.
Yeah.
Oh
What was
yeah,
it?
I had DNA and the Black and the Berry.
Black or the berry?
Yeah, very dope.
I'm going swimming pools.
That's already up
That
there.
was Isaiah's first pick.
What? Oh wow, I was so confident. All right. Let's go. I don't know.
I don't know. Bro, you got one more.
Yo, I know I thought I had a good one. That's actually crazy. Yo, come back to me, man.
That's not how it works.
No,
Yeah.
What type of take is this?
Um,
Hey, classic, Gary, classic.
what is nostalgia?
That song I was explained earlier about his.
Jordan, just say classic man and call it a day.
Classic man. Oh, like I'm a classic man. That
Yeah.
one? Oh, period.
Kendrick is on there.
On what?
Classic man.
The remix with Jadam?
Yeah.
Is that for real?
that I've ever heard this song. I've heard.
Yeah,
What about that?
I don't know that I've heard the
yeah.
remix.
Kendrick
You
is
heard
on
the
there. He on there.
That's
All
you
right,
want the
let's just get past this.
I didn't know.
Oh, is Humble on here? No, wait, is Humble on here?
No, you already used your. You don't get 2 picks. Keep going.
Yeah, I would not have picked
Oh.
Classic Man, but
I
okay.
don't even listen to Kendrick, man. I listen to Growing Apart. That's the only song.
These walls. Oh my god.
Nice. Well played, Brandon. Man, Brian.
These walls is I like these walls more. I
No,
probably
I
would.
actually wanted Humble. Now I'm stuck. Man. Last pick. Mona Lisa.
Ooh.
Mona Lisa, bro.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna go to my feature. Take my feature right here.
That is incredible. I don't even think I used
Humble
it.
was my song though. Humble was my song. But what he did on Mona Lisa after what Wayne did, you had to be so fire, and he was fire.
So Mona Lisa is dope. I didn't pick a song. I mean, I guess High Power people might not know. So I would say if you haven't heard High Power before, check that out. Also on Section 80, Keisha's song. I was considering that.
Yeah.
Cause Sing About Me references Keisha's song, which is super dope. So like the sister, the girl who's in Sing About Me or whatever, is the sister of the girl from Keisha's song on his previous album. It's super dope. Like crazy.
And to add to Kendrick, who else makes an album that was speaking about Damn, where you can play it front one way and it tells one story, and you can play the album in reverse and it tells another story.
I think you're thinking too much, bro.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying,
again,
like
That's what years ago with an album, bro.
yeah, the song don't sound different though. Like, yes, again, I told you, he decided, you know what? I made some good sounding songs. Now I need to do more. I got to do something different. Like,
Man, I'm just here to make Siobhan proud, bro.
all right.
Oh,
All right. So we'll open up the chat. Who do you think had the best, put together the best 5-song Kendrick EP?
I never win. I got a chance. I'm about to sit this one out.
Yeah, we need to the link. You got the vote link.
I was behind building.
Hey Gary, while we on that, so we've gone to the Talib, we've gone to the lyric. Like Lupe is a lyricist, bro. Like we start talking about lyricists, like people who are crazy with the pen. Lupe is a lyricist. He's an artist and a lyricist.
Yeah.
Which I think puts him in a category with with the Kendrick, like a lyricist who also is an artist. Like,
So now we'll just take the vote in the chat. If you're on Facebook or if you're in YouTube right now, give your pick for best and worst. So pick for who you thought had the best, who put together the best, and who and why Jordan put together.
I feel like that's rude.
Do best. Why you think?
I feel like I got a chance of being either. So like,
Right, it makes it a little more interesting, you know. So go ahead and put in the chat if you're still watching on Facebook or YouTube, who you think had the best, who had the worst song. All right, for the song you wanted that somebody else got. What's a song on here you wanted that somebody else got? For me, it was These Walls and Sing About Me. I wanted both of those.
ADHD.
bro, I want it all right and humble. Thank you, Brian.
I'll take that.
And you were right before me both times.
I wanted loyalty. I feel like that fits my vibe.
What was it? What was the song with Zachary that spelled the name weird? What was that one? The guy singing. Let me pull it up.
I don't know. It wasn't on my list.
I think it was on Damn.
It was. What was it? Love. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope too.
Yeah, that was that.
After this show, I never want to hear the word gimmick or sonically ever again.
Hey, you know what didn't get picked? That was dope for a feature. I should have. Even I didn't get a feature, so I should have. Collard greens.
Oh yeah.
Schoolboy Q. Bro, if you haven't heard that, definitely check it out. Super solid.
Collard greens is dope.
I feel like if you want to say something nice, you gotta slow down and let other people catch up first.
Man.
Bruce Wayne has been here sitting for the longest to influence everybody else. Like count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and everybody posts at the same time.
Rigor Mortis is very dope.
Rigor Mortis is dope. Hey, related to TD and the whole crew, I've never ever liked Absol. Nothing.
What?
Nothing Absol. Not a thing. Anytime I hear Absol, I'm like, next. Give me J Rock, Schoolboy Q, SZA came later. I've never liked anything from Absol. Was Isaiah Rashad part of them too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was dope. I rock with.
What about Reason? How you listen to Reason? He's dope.
But yeah, I don't know why, and probably because my first intro to Absol was that on Section 80, and the only song I didn't like was that Absol outro. Because also part of this whole Sonic conversation and stuff, like everybody's ear is different. I could have never been a fan of like traditional jazz because I need rhythm. Like I need something to anticipate. Need a thing. Once you start like leaving that, and I can't catch where you're coming back to. That's what that Absol outro did, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, get him off my ears!" And so I just kind of messed it up from there. Siobhan, Gary, Donnell, who put together the best EP? We're gonna give credit to let's see, Jordan for picking songs she did. Growing Apart was a solid first pick, like with the Janae Hook, Money Trees. Have you heard the Money Trees Deuce? That's on.
Yep, J Rock. Yeah, I love that song.
Something very impressive right there. Hey, for those of you who watching and watching whenever, May 26th in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, we're gonna be live and in person. May 26th in downtown Flint at the Eberson. Doors will open around 7 or so. Show will start recording at 7:30. We're gonna do a bracket. We haven't landed on exactly. Whoa! Look at that. Dang! Wait, hold on. Look. Yeah. So what you trying to say, Gary? Everybody but me? It's cool.
Yeah, no, me and you. That's crazy.
Well, Jordan, it's not crazy that you're not on there. It's crazy that I'm not on there though.
You know what?
But May 26th, be there in person. We're gonna do a bracket. We haven't narrowed it down to exactly what it's gonna be, but we're gonna do a bracket similar to how we did for the best female rappers. It's gonna be a 64 contestant bracket. We're gonna narrow it down for y'all till we get to the Sweet 16, and then everybody who is in attendance in person is gonna get a chance to vote. We'll put the results up on the screen, and we'll be able to play music while we're there. We might do.
That's actually really important for these conversations, and Facebook, and Facebook for sure, and YouTube take that away from us. So yeah, that's gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to being able to argue my point and prove it. So yeah, and you can come and troll, because in person you go get all the energy you give.
Oh yeah,
Al Gore's internet is saving a whole lot of people. In person, you go get everything you give.
What up, Mo Lewis? He said I disagree with whatever conclusion y'all came to.
And so, but yeah, with that, some of the ideas we've been throwing around for the bracket, maybe bracket of. I saw an article talking about Magoo was one of the worst rappers ever, and I feel like that's blasphemous.
Bro, no, bro. I listened to that song. Just him and Timberland were terrible.
Right. So here's the thing: like, there's a lot of worst rappers out here, man. Like Magoo
might have been a gimmick. Like Missy was actually not great on that song.
The thing about it is that's all we have for Magoo. But Timberland has and Missy has much more of a legacy. So they've gained our respect in other areas. Magoo is just left right there with that.
And so we could do that, or we could another.
Pause. I win here. I win double time. Y'all see what Donnell just said? I did too.
Yeah.
So yeah. We are seeing the same thing. Future's verse wasn't dope on King's Dead, but Kendrick was so dope on it that it made it a hit. Miss me with that boy, man. Like his verse on that song was crazy. I'll also say this, just being completely honest. If I had to choose one of the five, I'd choose mine.
Okay, here's what we're about to do. Everyone has to pick one that's not theirs on here.
Oh, nah, dog. Well, clearly I just answered that question. But I actually I have to go with Liv's. Liv's list is solid, including the Backstreet freestyle. I mean, the Backseat freestyle, actually. So I can rock with Liv's list.
I'm going to go with Brandon's.
Yeah, I'm going Brandon too.
I'm going Liv. It's Backstreet freestyle for me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Liv for picking Sing About Me, for picking Blacker to Berry. Like, these are like the B-sides. So I got to go Liv.
Missy did kill. And Liv got 1.5 votes in the chat. She only got half a vote because
Missy did kill Up Jumps the Boogie. I don't know how that made it to the conversation, but
no, we're talking about terrible rappers. So I think, in comparing what's on Facebook too, I think Liv wins this competition.
Yes.
Oh wow, her first win! Yay!
Oh, she just got 4th place on Mo Lewis's. Hold on, pull this back.
Really just got here.
No, you know what? Lewis specifically said he's going against what everybody feels. So that is just simply.
I mean, he picked the list. He picked his list. Liv got some.
Hey, you don't have to be here to look at what's on the list and decide what songs you like or don't like sonically. I'm getting a shirt that says something about sonically. Like, I gotta get something made.
Shout out Magoo. But look, Magoo is not that terrible. When we get together on the 26th.
Hold on. Who said that? So no, you know what? Now I don't really care about Mo Lewis's list, honestly. His list doesn't count anymore because he said Magoo killed Up Jumps the Boogie. He did not.
He admitted your point though. In the Facebook group chat, he said, I was like, Magoo couldn't be that bad. He said, I went back and listened. This is the worst rap verse ever.
Okay. Brother, please turn on the TV. Like, man.
That's Timberland.
That is Timberland's. That's Timberland's.
Yeah. But so when we get in person, make sure you guys are there.
First of all, Missy, who said Missy killed it? Because she did say, because I'm the best. And that's B and that's capital. Like you didn't think this thing all the way through. It wasn't like they weren't writing like Kendrick. They didn't take 5 years for sure. They did that in the studio after drinks and marijuana.
So we'll have 50% of those at Everson. You choose which half you play, which half you think is going to be there. Whichever half you want, that's what's going to have.
Gary, thank you. Just like I feel like we should dissect verse.
Wait a minute. I've never read that line, so I've heard it.
Terrible.
That all three of those verses were garbage. Like garbage.
Oh gosh.
No, you gotta think that came out in what 90, like it's a few albums that came out that were fire lyrics at that time. Like it was them, not rap. You don't get to blame this on the culture.
Oh my gosh, that was bad. That was bad. All right, everybody. I think that is a wrap for us on this show here. We have concluded that Kendrick is super gimmicky, and we're all gonna be breaking our necks to hear his album tonight. Nah, super.
You know, honestly, you know what this proved? That he has 25 solid songs and a lot missing, right? That's what this proves easily. So you were proving a point. We did it and not even on purpose. Like these are 5 fire songs, and there's songs that are not on this list. So that's
and everybody, like there's plenty of like we went afterwards and immediately started naming that stuff. So yeah, his catalog, like it can hang with whoever. And all of these songs sonically are great. Like to that point.
I'm here for. I think I might want that J. Cole lyric. I don't know. I might want some J. Cole Kendrick energy. I think it could be interesting for a conversation.
You know what you don't want? A J. Cole Kendrick versus.
No.
J. Cole in the club setting is death.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's tough.
J. Cole in the club setting.
Yeah.
What club?
Go back in. No, I said you don't want that. Like you don't want J. Cole versus Kendrick in the verses because like the energy of Kendrick's song.
Oh yeah, Kendrick got energy.
Yeah. Okay, now we're on the same page.
Yes.
I just said J. Cole was like.
No, it's gotta be. It would have to be a basement setup. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about that. Gary, shout out to you, my friend.
Huh? I've never thought about that. Not one time have I thought about how much Kendrick was influenced by Outkast. It's a good point though. 100,000, some of that.
It gives. I hope. Well, I never.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't given it enough thought to.
Initial alien voice, he still got it. He got that voice currently. He did the alien voice on Mona Lisa.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. And I mean he is probably the last person that has skits that made sense too. Like Kendrick's skits like serve the purpose.
Give me your phone.
Tell him bring back my dominoes.
Is that what you own?
Okay. And on that note, I'm gonna let Donnell's post be the last thing people see on this screen because we missed that on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what, man? It was nice seeing y'all.
All right.
All right, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.